Last night we crashed at Cracker Barrel and I got in super late, just parked and crashed. So now we're up, gonna have a little breakfast and get back on the road.
We made it to Charleston and we're gonna take you guys through the city and see some things downtown today. Because why not? And we stopped at a place called Poogan's Porch, and it's based off of a real dog that used to live in this house for real, and when they turned it into a restaurant, he actually would greet people on the porch when they would come to have dinner. So cute.
So we chatted up a local and we're recommended Husk for dinner. So we're here, we've got a couple cocktails in front of us and food on the way. We'll let you know how it goes. Unless it's very, very good, and then we'll just eat it all and not film. I got the Dragoon's Punch. It had a lot of rum and citrusy stuff in it. They found the recipe like in an old witch's cupboard or something. But it's a really old recipe. It's good. It's got tea in it, so it kind of has that tea flavor with a little bit of lemon. It's basically iced tea.
I got the Husk Old Fashioned, which is probably just an old fashioned, which is okay with me. I think it might have Campari in it. Is that possible? What's the red drink?
Alright.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Campari in it. It's got a red tone to it. Okay, so we found this place called Church and Union. It used to be a church from 1916, and they've turned it into a bar and restaurant. Probably my favorite place here. Awesome. Okay, we are here with Bulldog Tours, and we are about to do a ghost and dungeon tour of Charleston. And starts at 8 p.m. We got all checked in, and now we just have to wait to be freaked out. It's gonna be great.
If I have to go, you have to go. We're in this together.
Our tour guide just asked if anybody is afraid of mannequins. We're about to go into the dungeons. So we just finished our tour with Bulldog Tours, and Noah Dubois was our tour guide, and he was an excellent storyteller. And then he left us in this dark alleyway. Really good stories. I don't really know they were ghost stories so much as like just really great history. So
Ghosts are mad.
Do more exploring, deeper than knowing just what is essential for life that is thriving. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire, let go until there's peace to your core. Live a life you adore.
Last night we went on a ghost tour because Hilarie likes ghosts, and today we went on a historic walking tour because I like history. Honestly, there's such a wealth of history here that I had no clue about. This was a very significant city during the colonial period and even up through the Civil War. This was the only British city that was actually walled in the United States. It was definitely worth taking the couple of hours to walk around the beautiful city and learn everything that we could. One of the things that our tour guide recommended that we do this morning and that we wanted to take advantage of was visiting the old Slave Mart Museum. Now this was an actual slave auction house, and Maya Angelou has a quote that I saw in here that I want to read that I think says it better than I could. History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again. And so that's why tourism like this is important to us, so that we can know our history and not repeat those things again. It is something that's more somber and sort of a dark tone to the South, but it's very true and it can't be ignored, so it's something that we wanted to take in and we wanted to share. A museum like this that exposes you to such brutal history is a very heavy thing, and we'll discuss it more fully, talk about some of the facts that we learned in the podcast, so tune into that to hear our full thoughts.
We just finished a tour of the Nathanial Russell house, and it's amazing. And apparently house tours are a big thing here. Not just seeing the homes from the outside, but going inside some of them that offer tours is a really big deal here, and for really good reason. These homes are really old. There's so much history that is in them and so much stylistic specifics that they can tell you all about, and so be sure to go in, try to take a tour or listen to an audio tour. It'll give you so much more. One of the most famous parts about this house is its staircase, because it doesn't actually have posts that secure it to the floor or anything like that. It just kind of winds around and it only sticks to the wall, and it was not built with any nails or screws or anything. They only used wood, so like wooden pegs, and that's it. You might see staircases like that in other places, but it's like 75, 100 years apart in terms of when it was built. This is so much older and definitely the first of its kind here in America. I don't know, probably. You guys, Charleston, love it, love it, love it. It's probably my favorite city in the United States.
The food's been great. The history has been great. There's so much to learn here. I think we would definitely come back.
We didn't get to go to any of the historic plantations and dive deeper into the sad but real history of slavery. We'd definitely come back and invest more time in that, I think. We would come back and bring more money to eat with. We would lose more weight so we could eat more. The food scene is ridiculous.
Yeah, the food here is great. So many good restaurants that they're just piled on top of each other, and you just don't have enough time or calories to get to them all.
Yeah, exactly. It's the closest thing I feel like here in the US to Europe. I felt like I was kind of in Spain, because you've got palm trees and old buildings, and then at the same time I kind of felt like I was definitely in colonial America, but then also maybe a little bit of California? I don't know. It was interesting.
Yeah, I didn't realize that there was as much history here as there was. Even on our walking tour, we stopped at one spot and looked at a cemetery, and I think we saw like 3 or 4 gravesides of people that had signed the Declaration of Independence, which sort of blew my mind a little bit. It's a great place. If you haven't been, definitely come.
So many interesting facts. We want to tell you guys all about it. So listen to the podcast. We won't bore you with it here, but we're going to bore you with it
on the podcast. You just won't have a visual element for it. It'll be very boring, but only in your ears. Only your ears will be bored. You'll have to look at something else to be bored. Maybe if you have like a beige wall that you could stare at while you're listening to the podcast.
That will help. You'll just get into
like
it.
Optimize the boredom.
We love Charleston, so we've got plenty to talk about, and I think that you'll find it as interesting as we have. We're off to Savannah, Georgia next. We're gonna stay in the South a few more days, and then we're gonna head to Florida. So excited about the nice weather. It's been lovely, and we are going to take you with us. So come along, life is really short.
Wander well.